Hello everybody, it is Dylan from Yugioh Everything, and welcome back to another Yugioh VRains discussion video. We have gotten a bunch of information from this month's V-Jump. It actually came out a few hours ago. I slept through the night, so I slept through the information, so I apologize that this video is a little delayed, but nevertheless, I hope you enjoy. We're going to go over the mini character bios that we have gotten for Aoi. I believe that's how you say her name. That's, I think, how most people told me you pronounce her name, Aoi or Ioi, one of those two ways. I will get better at it. I know that's a pretty common name in anime. I'm gonna just, I think, watch an anime that name is said to get better at that name. So if I'm butchering it still, I do apologize. But we also got a character profile based on Go. We got their full body images, and we got the cards and the archetypes that both characters are going to use, which is really awesome. We are going to start, though, with the character profile. So we got this picture, which you can see Go and Aoi's full body picture, and so here is what the information we have gotten says. Unfolding in cyberspace, VR duel. The duelists that will duel with Yusaku have been confirmed. Go is further described as the well-built charisma duelist who uses a powerful deck. So is Go Onizuka the rival? I'm not sure. I hope he's not, because I don't love his design. He seems more of kind of a Gongenzuka or the first guy that maybe Yuya dueled, or a Tetsu Trudge kind of character. Then we have Aoi Zaisen, Yusaku's classmate who attends the same school as Yusaku. She may look quiet at first sight, but she is a charisma duelist that is very active in the VR space. These two characters will use link monsters that debut in the code of the duelist, which we know what monsters those are going to be, so I will read you those monsters in a second. The Winds of Data blow in Link VRains, where the charisma duelist will wait with their speedy duels. Again, Link VRains is the virtual reality space, so that's why the show is called VRains. We did also get some more information about Akaba Reiji and about the monster that he's probably going to use in the final duel against Yuya. Might make a separate discussion video on that. Not going to go into that, but so that's also interesting. So I'm going to link this down below. So just keep in mind, if you don't want to be spoiled on that, and if you scroll down on this article a bit, you will see the monster, probably the Supreme Doom King that they were referring to, that Akaba Reiji is going to use. So just keep that in mind if you do not want to be spoiled. But here is the cards and I'm going to read you some of the effects. It's pretty much all but confirmed that Firewall Dragon is Yusaku's ace. Why? Because you can see right there, 2,500 attack points. That's what everyone's been saying. That's what I've been saying. If it has 2,500, it is the ace of Yusaku Fujiki. So they are going to keep up with that same trend, 2,500 attack. So here are Firewall Dragon's effect. Once while this card is face up during either player's turn, you can target any number of monsters on the field or in the graveyard, up to the number of monsters in a mutual link with this card. Return them to the hand. If a monster linked by this card is destroyed by battle, you can special summon one monster from your hand. So that's pretty good. Those seem like good effects. Again, we don't know too much about link monsters, so to say whether this is a really good effect or just a mediocre effect or a bad effect, it's kind of too early to say, but it seems like a pretty good effect. I'm not going to read you the effects of these monsters, but here's a few more monsters that I'd imagine Yusaku is going to use. Salvagent Driver. The only thing I'm going to say about this is it is a Cyverse monster, which a lot of people were saying, and so is Firewall Dragon. A lot of people were telling me it's probably going to be more in the Cyverse archetype, not really a dragon monster, which it seems like that is the case, so that's really cool. We also have Launcher Commander, which all other Cyverse monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense, so that's pretty cool. It looks like that archetype is going to get, obviously, since the protagonist is using it, a massive amount of support, so that's really cool. A trap card that he will use, 3-strike barrier. While your opponent has exactly 3 cards on the field, you can choose one of these effects. This turn, your monsters cannot be destroyed. This turn, you take 0 battle damage. So, a little bit of a trap card info there. And now here are some monsters that Go is going to use. He is going to use Goki the Great Ogre. It is a Link 3 2600 warrior type monster. I think a warrior deck really suits this guy. So he's going to use warrior monsters. He's also got Goki Suplex and Goki Twist Cobra. I guess Goki is going to be the kind of, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, the archetype that he is going to use. And then Aoi. Aoi is going to use a light fairy deck, which I think actually fits her character extremely well. Before I get into her deck, I didn't really describe what I think about her description. I like the description a lot because based on that description, I believe she is not going to be friends with Yusaku at first, because who is she going to look quiet to? She's not going to really she's going to look quiet to the viewer. and the viewer is always going to try to see things through the protagonist's eyes. So maybe in like the third or fourth episode, Yusaku will make a comment to a friend that maybe we don't have information about yet, or maybe Go will be that friend where they say, where maybe Aoi is even being bullied or something to that degree, and Yusaku's like, yeah, she's really quiet, and she turns out to be some really, really famous VR duelist, very similar to what it seems like is going to happen with Yusaku Fujiki, and they're going to meet in the VR world, and then by episode 7 or 8, they will be friends. So I don't think they're going to be friends at first, which I don't want them to be friends at first, because I think it would say in that description right there, she may see, you know, one of Yusaku's best friends or one of Yusaku's only friends. The fact that it doesn't say that is a thumbs up for me. I think she's going to be, right now, I really love her design. I love the simplicity of her design, and just based on this early information about her with her deck and with her personality, I think I'm really, really going to love her character. But again, I am putting a lot of stock into it, so it's still very early. Back to her deck, though. Here is her deck. So Trickster Holy Angel, I believe, will be her ace. 2,000 attack points, kind of low on attack points, but she's going to use kind of a Trickster Fairy deck. She's also going to use a card Trickster Kandina, and she will use Trickster Light Stage. So that is cool. I think a Fairy deck fits her very, very well. And some other monsters that were announced are just in here, but I don't think they really have much to do with any of the characters. I think there's some more Light Swarm characters. Also, we have a Cyverse type Link Effect monster. I don't think we have the name of this monster yet, because I doubt the name of it is Fire Cyverse type Link Effect monster, but we'll probably get the name of that soon. So that is, that's really cool, guys. So we have the decks, at least the archetypes of each character, so let me know. Go is going to use Warrior, Aoi is going to use Light Fairy, which I think fits both of those characters very well. Yusaku will use Cyverse, so even though, yes, his ace is a dragon, again, I'm complaining about it, sure, but to be honest, it's a very minor gripe. It's not going to harm the show in any way for me, obviously. I'm not going to, you know, hold it against Yusaku or the writers. They love dragons, it's simple as that, but at least it's Cyverse. At least it's not just solely dragons, so that makes me more excited than if it was just dragons. The character bios, Go is very short. I don't know if Go will be friends with Yusaku or a rival. I really don't. Again, further described as the well-built charisma duelist who uses a powerful deck. I can see him being a bully. I can see him being a bit of a dick, to be frank, and then maybe coming around later in the show, which is kind of what Jack Atlas did, but I'm not comparing him to Jack Atlas. I still don't think he will be the rival, but if that's the case, we still don't know what the rival is going to look like. So maybe Go Onizuka is the rival. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below. Are you excited for Yugioh VRains? Are you excited for these VR duels? Are you excited to see Go Onizuka in action? Are you excited to see Aoi Zaizen in action? Are you excited to see Yusaku Fujiki in action? Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the support as always. I hope you enjoy your Friday, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
And we're at Pumpkin Hill. You ready? I ain't gonna let it get to me. I'm just gonna creep down in Pumpkin Hill. I got to find my lost piece. I